All right, we should be live. I hope everyone can hear me and see me. Welcome to the Passwork 7 online demo. This has been a long time coming, and I'm, of course, very glad to be here to show you our great product. We're going to begin with an overview of what Passwork is. And essentially, Passwork is a self-hosted password manager designed specifically for your business. Employees can easily create, edit, and securely share credentials all over Passwork, while administrators maintain full control over access rights and user activities. Now, this is what the home screen of Passwork looks like. In the center, you'll find a list of passwords and folders stored inside vaults. And on the left is the navigation panel. Here you'll find a list of all vaults, private, shared, and hidden, a list of recently viewed and favorite passwords up the top, a search bar, and a bin for your deleted passwords. You can also hide specific passwords to make navigation easier. For instance, I will hide the accounting folder to make my navigation easier. And as you can see, as I have no use for it, my user experience has become a little better. Now, let's take a closer look at Passwork by creating a vault. A vault is an encrypted password storage unit, and you can create an unlimited number of vaults with multi-level folder-based structure, as you can see here, and access, of course, can be granted to individual users or entire groups. More on that a bit later. By default, all of the new vaults that you create are created private, but if you invite users into them, they will become shared. You can create a vault with a single click on the navigation panel up left, give it a name, and of course, create folders in there. Now, in the pop-up window, as we saw here, you can just type in any name, and inside that folder, you'll be able to create new passwords. To make things quicker, we're not going to do that today, but we're just going to go over and make sure everything is shown pretty well here. I have already created a folder, and inside this folder, you can click the Add Password button, and it will show you all of these different credentials that you can fill in. For example, the name, login, password, the URL for the website that the password logs into, the tags for the password, which will show later on the search bar navigation, some notes that you want to add to that password, and you can also attach a small file to it. There's also custom fields for text, passwords, and TOTP codes. The TOTP codes are, of course, things that allow you to store and quickly retrieve one-time codes for two-factor authentication. Now, you can enter a password manually, or you can use the inbuilt password generator to generate strong passwords with different settings, such as the special characters that you can use, numbers, uppercase and lowercase letters, and of course, you can add the exclusion of similar characters. Now, moving on, when we click on the password, we can open its password card. We are going to do that in our recent passwords for Facebook. Now, opening the password card allows us to do a lot of things. We can, for example, view the detailed information of a certain password, and of course, copy the credentials to the clipboard, such as the password or the 2FA login code. Here you can also edit the password. You can change the name, the login. You can generate a new password using the inbuilt password generator, of course, and again, add anything you wish to it. You can also view the user actions that are done on this password. For instance, I have viewed this password a lot of times, and you can also view the previous editions of the password, as we do here. Now, you can also share a specific password with another user by sending it directly within Passwork. To do that, we can click the Send Password button and choose a user to which we want to send the password to. For example, we can do that with David Turner, giving him read and edit access. You can also share a link to a password for anyone that is outside of your Passwork. You can make that link reusable and specify its lifetime. And after copying the link, you can send it directly within any messenger that you wish to, and they'll be able to open that specific password for the set amount of time that you chose for it. Now, you can also use the search bar to quickly find the password you need. You can enter text or filter by colors or tags, and Passwork will display relevant results. For example, let's go with the green color. And we can see here the CRM systems, marketing, payment, and roadmap and planning folders. You can open the folder, and inside here, we'll see the password. You can also use the button on the top panel to add users into the vault, each with their own access level. We'll do that here. For instance, James Clark. And again, choosing the access level, we can give him the administrative rights, full access, or make it forbidden for a certain user. And of course, once you add the users, you will be able to see the vault user count. Let's go back to Facebook, to the Facebook password to view that. And as we can see, inside this vault, there are 11 users. And of course, we can click on the button to view and manage the users and groups that have access to the vault, and approve or decline requests to join or view the contents of the vault. As you can see here, we have different groups for design, engineering, managers, and marketing, each with their own access level. Now, once the user sends a password or shares it via a link or a shortcut, the vault administrators will be able to see this information in the top panel. This lets you know who shared the password and who else might have accessed it. So for instance, we have sent this password to 8 people. We have created 7 links for it, and there are 2 shortcuts for it. Now, of course, all of your deleted passwords and folders are automatically moved to the bin. As you can see, we have 2 passwords here. Vault administrators and users with full access can easily restore or permanently delete any items. And when restoring, you can return a password to its original folder or choose a new location for it. And here you have the list of all folders you have in your Passwork. Now let's move on to Passwork settings. On the account settings page, you can change your account information such as name, login, and profile image. Here you can also enable email notifications which alert you about password changes, new passwords in the inbox, and users awaiting approval. In the interface section, you can choose your preferred language, date, and time, and of course the time zone. Now, moving on to the authorization and 2FA page, where you can change your current password, set up and manage two-factor authentication, and configure and enable automatic inactivity logout. Here you can also view your authorization history and terminate other sessions. And at the bottom of the page, you can generate API tokens, which let you integrate Passwork with your infrastructure and revoke them if necessary. Next, we'll be taking a look at the settings that are only available to administrators and users with sufficient rights. The user management page is made for centralized and in-depth control over the members of your organization. Here, administrators can create and manage users, roles, groups, and invites. Roles are used to automatically grant access to certain Passwork settings and features to multiple users at the same time, and they combine the functions of administrative rights, statuses, and user settings from previous versions of Passwork. Now, groups lets you configure access rights to vaults and folders for multiple users at once, and by clicking on a specific user, you can fine-tune their settings, like setting access to vaults and folders, changing their role, updating settings, or resetting their password or 2FA authentication if needed. Now, moving on to more technical settings, on the LDAP settings page, you can set up and configure LDAP integration, which allows users to log into Passwork using their corporate credentials. Now, on this page, the SSO settings page, you can configure the SSO integration of Passwork with SAML identity providers, allowing for a convenient and secure login to the system without the need to enter a username and password. Now, moving on to the license info page. Here, you can upload your license key and view the details of your current license, like its type, number of active users, and its expiration date. From this page, you can also quickly access the customer portal, where you'll find more information about your license and can contact support or your personal manager with any questions related to Passwork. Now, moving on to the system settings page. This page offers a wide range of options for managing and configuring Passwork, ranging from security policies to interface controls. And these settings help you customize Passwork to perfectly align with your organization's security standards. Moving on to the security dashboard, which is my favorite. Security Dashboard analyzes all passwords that are stored in Passwork and breaks them down by several security metrics, like their age, their strength, and potential compromise risks. Now, if you remove a user from a vault or limit their access, Passwork will show you which passwords that person has seen, so you will instantly know what needs to be changed. For example, when an employee leaves the company, you will immediately get a list of passwords that need to be updated. The security dashboard helps you keep your passwords up to date and secure. Now, of course, Passwork also logs all user activities, which can be viewed on this page, the activity log. This page can only be viewed by administrators and users with sufficient rights, and you can click on an entry to see detailed information about an action, such as this one, and of course, apply specific data, and of course, try to find specific actions by applying these filters. For example, password sent to user. And we can view that we have sent a password to David Turner, giving him read and edit access rights, sorry. Now, if your Passwork has configured background tasks, you will see their execution log on this page. Tasks that require time and resources, such as LDAP synchronization or favicon loading, are automatically handled in the background, so you can stay focused on your work. Passwork also allows you to export data in the CSV or JSON file formats. You will have to enter your master password to have access to this setting. There we go. Of course, JSON file format preserves the entire structure of vaults and folders, while the CSV type stores raw data as plain text. There's also exporting of data. In this window, you can import passwords into Passwork from JSON, KeePass XML, or CSV type formats. Of course, the preference is there for you, so you can also import these files directly into the desired vault folder, or if you want to, you can import them into the root directory. Passwork also offers a browser extension, which we can view here. This extension works for Chrome, Firefox, Safari, and Edge, as well as for mobile apps for iOS and Android, like the mobile version of Passwork and our 2FA application. Let's take a look at what the browser extension can do. The extension ensures straightforward password management, like autofilling credentials on any website, accessing your vaults in a click, and of course, saving new passwords as you browse. The browser extension automatically syncs with all of your vaults, allowing you to view, add, and edit the passwords stored inside. Using an inbuilt password generator, you can create and save new passwords for any website you use. Now, of course, all of the notifications from the web version are also available in the extension, as you can see here. Now, we can also use the search bar to quickly find the passwords you need in the extension, writing text, or even using filters like colors and tags. For instance, we have no passwords for that color, but we do have passwords for the green color. The extension also automatically detects any login forms and suggests the right credentials, as we'll be able to see here once my page loads. And there it is. If the autofill window, of course, doesn't appear, you can always use the context menu for quick access, as we will see here. And there we go. We are now able to copy the credentials for this website, and of course, copy the 2FA login code too, which makes everything a lot easier. Now, the extension also allows you to configure a lot of settings. You can click on your profile image or click the cog icon below to access those settings. Here, you can set up your locking feature, change the interface language and appearance, and configure the list of ignored websites. And as always, Passwork is, of course, the cornerstone of password security. Now, that is done. Please feel free to type any question that you have about Passwork in the chat, and we'll try our best to answer those questions. And again, thank you for joining our product demo. And as I said, please feel free to ask any questions, so we'll try our best to understand everything you need to know about Passwork. We would also like to take this opportunity to tell you more about us, starting with a few recent achievements that we have managed to obtain, like the ISO 27001 International Certification, which confirms our compliance with global information security standards and guarantees that our company has established a reliable information protection system, like regular risk assessments being conducted, measures taken to ensure data security, and of course, the certificate was issued by the Canadian certification body called MSECB. And as a part of our preparation for the certification, we have implemented a set of documents that ensures a high level of information security in our company, among which are information security policy, which establishes the main principles and protection measures for information, ensuring compliance with security standards. There's also SWOT analysis, which identifies strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats in the field of information security, aiding in strategic planning. And of course, the business continuity plan that we have, which describes measures to maintain critical company functions in events of disruptions. There are also different roles and responsibilities in security, which clearly define employee roles, ensuring coordination and accountability, and of course, a disaster recovery plan that ensures readiness for emergencies, which is critical for business continuity. This certification is particularly important for large companies that have high security requirements, such as ourselves, and obtaining the certification is a significant step in our journey towards perfect compliance. Now, another monumental event that happened not so long ago is the fact that we have passed the audit by HackerOne, successfully undergoing an independent security review on their platform, as HackerOne is one of the global leaders in testing IT products for vulnerabilities. Among the evaluated security aspects are architecture and data protection at all levels, protection against critical web vulnerabilities, including OWASP Top 10 and SANS Top 25, user authentication and authorization mechanisms, API, access controls, and protection against unauthorized requests, incident detection and response systems, and of course, lastly, the resilience to various types of targeted attacks. HackerOne is the largest community of ethical hackers in the world, uniting over 1 million specialists, and their approach is recognized as the industry standard, and that there are actually currently no alternatives in terms of scale and expertise for that. Hence why we are so honored to have had the privilege of undergoing the audit. Now, if you're wondering, among our client list are the biggest companies such as the University of Zurich, Deutsche Post, Maxon, Sonic Healthcare, and the Technical University of Dresden. And our product can support a small team of 10 people and up to enterprise-level corporations. You can scan the QR code above my head and sign up for a free demo to see how Passwork can elevate your security levels. And of course, with a Passwork subscription, you gain several essential benefits that enhance your password management experience. First and foremost, having an active subscription ensures that you receive regular software updates. This is crucial because it helps maintain compatibility with the latest operating systems, mobile devices, and important components like PHP, OpenSSL, and MongoDB. And by keeping your software up to date, you can avoid potential issues that may arise from outdated versions, such as data loss or operational failures. Another significant advantage is the enhanced security your subscription provides. Passwork employs modern cryptographic algorithms and libraries to protect your data, and we continuously monitor for vulnerabilities and release updates when necessary, ensuring that your information remains secure against all emerging threats. And this proactive approach means that you can have peace of mind knowing that your data is safeguarded. Additionally, an active subscription allows you to take full advantage of our mobile applications and browser extensions. These tools are regularly updated to include the latest fixes and improvements, which enhance their functionality. And if your software is outdated, you risk losing access to these valuable features, which could impact your user experience. Now, compatibility is another key benefit of renewing your subscription. We keep a close eye on updates and operating systems, browsers, and various technologies that integrate with Passwork. And this, of course, ensures that your software remains compatible with modern infrastructure, preventing any disruptions in your workflow. And that's going to be about it. We have managed to cover the product in 10 minutes as we promised. And hopefully we will manage to answer all of your questions that came in the chat. And yeah, that's going to be about it. I hope you enjoyed this demo and you have a lot of questions. And again, don't forget about scanning the QR code above my head to get a free demo showing how Passwork can elevate your data security. Thank you again for joining. I hope you enjoyed this, and stay tuned for the next webinar, which will be aired on the 6th of August live on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. Take care and stay safe.